what do people think of you back home?
I'm mad. A lot of people don't understand it, but as a young kid, I've always followed Manchester United, so it's always just been in me. It's just in my blood, to be honest.
Legends' names tattooed down here. I've also got my supporters club, Brisbane Manchester United Supporters Club. I've got Jimmy Murphy here.
People obviously talk about Sir Alex and Sir Matt, but Jimmy Murphy's right up there with them. After the Munich Air Disaster, he really brought the community together, kept the football club together, and just built a new team from nothing, pretty much. That's was Jimmy Murphy's style, is bring the kids up, help develop them as not just footballers but men themselves. And he did a great job, and got us to the FA Cup final that year too. So it was amazing.
On May the 3rd, 1958, Jimmy Murphy led Manchester United out for the FA Cup final at Wembley, less than 3 months after the Munich Air Disaster. 65 years later, a statue in his honour will be unveiled here at the Stretford end. It's a remarkable story and the subject of a documentary I've been filming for a number of years. Fans from all over the world will be here to pay tribute to one of the most important characters in the history of Manchester United Football Club. One devoted fan has literally travelled from the other side of the world to be here for this unique occasion. And today I've been chatting to the man from down under, who's a huge fan both of Manchester United and the great Jimmy Murphy.
My name's Dean. I'm part of the Brisbane Manchester United Supporters Club, and I've come all the way from Australia.
And tell me, what's so special about this week that's coming up?
They're unveiling the Jimmy Murphy statue here at Old Trafford. So I'm really looking forward to that, and it's a long time coming that they've recognised Jimmy Murphy, so it's going to be an amazing event.
Now, as Paul Murphy told me, he said if he came here on match day and asked fans who Jimmy Murphy is, 75% of them probably don't know who he is. So what does Jimmy Murphy mean to you?
He means so much, not just to me, but he means so much to the football club. After the Munich Air Disaster, he really kept the community together and the football club together, and there was a lot of young players at that time, and Jimmy Murphy's main attribute was working well with young players and that, so he really rebuilt the club after Munich.
You are very much a committed Jimmy Murphy fan. Tell me about what level of commitment has your fandom gone to?
Yeah, I've just always shown interest in the history of the football club, and not much gets talked about Jimmy Murphy, so I invested a lot of time in researching him and stuff like that, and got to know his family quite well. So I got Jimmy Murphy tattooed on my leg. That was a very good moment for me, and I shared it with the family, and it was a really nice moment.
How did the family react when they found a fan from Australia who's got Jimmy Murphy on him?
Oh, there might have been a few tears there, but they just really appreciated what I did, and it means a lot to the family, so I'm happy to do it.
And they are a wonderful family, aren't they? So they're so inviting to people like yourself.
Definitely, coming from Australia, you don't get many opportunities from Australia when you come to Manchester, but I'm fortunate enough to know the Murphy family, so I get invited to a lot of events here at Old Trafford, and just to meet other Reds from around the world, people that really connect the community here in Manchester, so it's a great time to be here, and really looking forward to the event.
And when we talk about fandom, you're one of the first people I think of, because you come such a long way to watch Manchester United Football Club, and you have got a body which is pretty much a shrine to Manchester United. It's not just Jimmy Murphy, is it?
No, it's not. I'm walking billboard. My mates call me back home, and if Manchester's watching, they should be paying me for all this advertising. But I'm just, tattoos is my thing, so why not get covered in them? It all started with obviously the United crest and the treble. I got all that done, and then I got the Munich clock, Manchester Platz done on me. I got the names of the remaining survivors and the people that passed away in Munich, sadly. I've got the main devil that everyone recognises Manchester United with. I've got Jimmy Murphy, obviously. I've got Sir Alex Ferguson, and just other bits and pieces that not every United fan would know what it meant, but obviously I do.
So for me, you embody pretty much what it should be when we're remembering the legacy of Manchester United Football Club. We've got the Munich clock behind you, and you've got the Munich tributes on your body. You're very much a walking embodiment of remembering what our legacy and history is.
Well, the past is very important. People talk about history and stuff like that. It's the key that builds a club like Manchester United Football Club. There's other local clubs around here that doesn't have much history, and we're just a class above that lot. So it's just it's really important to remember, not just now but then as well.
I mean, I grew up in Manchester. I'm a local fan, but I've always been very proud of the fact we're a local football club with a global fan base.
That's it. I know. Not everyone sees it as a positive that, we are a worldwide brand, but, for people like me that love Manchester United, it's just crazy to be here, to be honest. It's obviously it's a long way to come. So the people that are here week in, week out, you know, they're just on another level compared to me. But, you know, I'm just jealous of them and envy their lifestyle.
And what do people think of you back home?
I'm mad. A lot of people don't understand it, you know, like, but as a young kid, I've always followed Manchester United, so it's always just been in me, you know, it's just in my blood, to be honest.
But you're not the only person that's mad in Australia, are you?
No, there's a few mad ones, you know. We've got an official supporters club in Brisbane and New South Wales as well, and you know, there's mad fans like me. I'm not the only one. I just like to show it with my ink and stuff like that. But you know, a fan's a fan, and you know, you don't have to have a tattoo to be, you know, a big fan and stuff like that. It's just the passion for the club. That's the main thing.
And one of the great things about our football club and our former players is that they do make a big effort to keep in touch and to connect with all our fan clubs around the world.
That's it, you know, United obviously hosts like fan days and stuff like that around the world. We're fortunate enough, we've had Brian Robson at the Pig and Whistle, we've had David May at the Pig and Whistle up in Brisbane, and you know, they're great nights, and you know, we've got members there that grew up in Manchester and never got the opportunity to meet those people. So for them to come all the way to Brisbane to meet them for the first time, it's, you know, it's crazy, to be honest.
And you've timed your visit well. You've got the unveiling of the statue, but you've also got some other. You went to the semi-final. You went to Tottenham. You've got the Aston Villa game, and you got an evening, I think, with one of our former players. Yeah. So tonight we've got Norman Whiteside event. Should be quite funny, and you know, I've heard lots of great stories about him, and he's a good laugh. So I'm really looking forward to that. I've got Brighton away on Thursday as well, and I'm also going to watch the Manchester ladies team play Tottenham on Sunday at Lee Sports Ground. As we said, it's a historic season. It's the 65th anniversary since the Munich Air Disaster. We've got the statue of Jimmy Murphy being unveiled on the 3rd of May, which is the 65 years to the day since Manchester United reached the FA Cup final and Jimmy Murphy led Manchester United out at Wembley. It's kind of a lot of symmetry that we're actually getting back to the final again this year. It's crazy, isn't it? Like, who would have thought even at the start of the season we would already have a trophy and, you know, possibly a second one on the way. The FA Cup's a very special cup competition, you know what I mean, like the history around it. I remember as a kid we only ever used to get the final, so to be able to go to the semi-final and hopefully win the final in the 65th anniversary would just be amazing. And do you think it'll help people really acknowledge and remember who Jimmy Murphy is? But the fact that when we go to Wembley on the 3rd of June and we're following a month after the statue, it actually puts it into people's minds what the actual story about Jimmy Murphy is. That's it, you know, obviously like people close to the club and all that know about Jimmy Murphy, and I'm more like about letting the whole world know about him, you know what I mean? So it's very special that the statue's going to be unveiled, and then hopefully we get an FA Cup final win. You came to a dinner for the Association of Former Manchester United Players, and it was nice that you were able to sit with the Murphy family. How did that feel? Yeah, that was a special moment for me. Obviously, you know, everyone knows the Murphy family, so I got to meet a lot of important people at the football club, and like yourself, I met you for the first time. So yeah, it was a great night and going to a great cause for the Former Players Association. So to table 7, thank you. It was quite interesting to hear Martin Edwards speak, wasn't it? Because he was the owner of the football club in a different era, and it was interesting to hear the history, wasn't it, from Martin Edwards? It was, you know, obviously being my age, I don't know too much about Martin Edwards, but it was a great talk, and David Gill was present as well, and he spoke really well as well about the football club, and it just gave you a different insight in how like the football clubs run and stuff like that. And it was nice. I was watching a documentary that you guys made over in Australia, and tell us how that started and how did that go? Yeah, so the Supporters Club had our 10-year anniversary a couple of years ago, so we made a documentary on the last 10 years of the Supporters Club. You know, it's just an idea. It was on a low budget, and it worked out really well, to be fair, and everyone enjoyed it, so that's the main thing. Do you think you'll be able to manage another 10 years? Definitely, and more. So Dean, here we are, site of the unveiling of the Jimmy Murphy statue. How does it feel to be here now, looking ahead to what's going to happen on Wednesday? Oh, it's exciting times, you know. It's been a long time coming, this statue unveiling, so really looking forward to it on Wednesday. People obviously talk about Sir Alex and Sir Matt, but Jimmy Murphy's right up there with them, you know. After the Munich Air Disaster, he really brought the community together, kept the football club together, and just built a new team from nothing, pretty much, you know. That's was Jimmy Murphy's style, is bring the kids up, help develop them as not just footballers, but men themselves, and, you know, he did a great job, and, you know, got us to the FA Cup final that year too, so it was amazing.